Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately and do not move past this video. This is not a request, it's a divine intervention. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the throne room of heaven until this exact second, and if you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact instruction that guarantees your breakthrough. The enemy is screaming at you to swipe away. He knows his hold over your life is finally breaking. This is not a coincidence. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you here today. God intercepted your feed because you are standing at the threshold of a permanent timeline shift. Someone who treated you as replaceable is currently experiencing a public system crash. They are unraveling completely, and while they fall apart, a massive transfer of wealth is being prepared with your name on it. My precious diamond, I know exactly how tired you are. Lock your attention on this message right now. You know that heavy, suffocating feeling sitting in your chest. You remember the nights you wake up at 3 in the morning with your jaw tight and your heart racing. Their face flashes in your mind out of nowhere. Listen to me very carefully. That is not anxiety. You are not going crazy. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit detecting their absolute panic. They just realized they permanently lost access to you. They are starving for your energy, and the spiritual backlash is hitting your physical body hard. You have been walking around with this heavy brain fog for months. Your shoulders are tight. Your eyes burn with an exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. You have been fighting battles in absolute silence. You thought nobody noticed your tears. You cried in your car, and you cried in the shower where no one could hear you break down, because you thought nobody saw how you held your dignity when they lied on your name. But you were wrong. Heaven recorded every single drop. Your tears were never a sign of weakness. They were the liquid fire refining your spirit. For years you operated as a human battery for people who took your empathy and weaponized it against you. You poured your golden energy into endless black holes, and you stabilized their chaotic environments while they drained your life force because they had no light of their own. They expected your departure to destroy you. They waited eagerly for your absolute failure. You spent so much time waiting in wound. You waited for an apology that a master manipulator is biologically incapable of giving. You wondered why your finances were suddenly blocked. You wondered why every door seemed to slam shut in your face despite your pure heart. It felt like you were being punished for doing the right thing. But let me assure you, this was never a punishment. Your isolation was a divine incubation season. The universe had to hide you. Heaven deliberately stripped away the noise so you could be formed in the dark. The financial struggles and the spiritual exhaustion were symptoms of a massive transition. You were being unplugged from a toxic matrix that was designed to keep you broke, while heaven was quietly preparing you to carry a weight of glory they could never comprehend. They walked around with absolute arrogance. They constructed a completely false narrative about you. They whispered lies to anyone who would listen, just to ruin your reputation. But their mask has completely shattered today. The very people they used to gossip with are now watching them malfunction. You became the absolute uncertainty they were never built to handle. Your silence became a lethal weapon. Do not let anyone tell you to just move on. Do not let them convince you that you need traditional healing to fix what is not broken, because you do not need to look within to find what you did wrong. You do not need to compromise with a parasite. You were the mirror that exposed their rotting core. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their truth than anyone else ever had. The atmosphere around you is shifting rapidly right now. Can you feel it? Your spirit is recognizing the absolute truth in these words. The heavy fog is beginning to lift from your mind. The matrix programming that kept you second-guessing yourself is breaking apart. Heaven is demanding your immediate attention because the window of abundance is standing wide open. Step into your power. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. You walked through the absolute fire, but instead of turning to ash, you came out glowing like a diamond. and diamonds are forged to hold massive wealth. In the next few minutes, I am going to hand you the exact spiritual blueprint that cuts their cord to your nervous system forever. I am going to reveal the specific frequency that is shifting your financial reality. Someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching you. They were watching your resilience in the dark. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive public blessing. Do not scroll away. The verdict on your next decade is about to be read. What you are about to hear will permanently alter your bloodline. Let us go deeper into your silent pain. Your tears were never a sign of defeat. They were a violent physical purge of toxic energy. Every time you wept in the dark, you were actively flushing their poison out of your system while heaven recorded your strength. You thought you were breaking down, but you were actually breaking free. The Matrix wanted you to feel powerless, but heaven used your isolation to protect your frequency. The narcissist looked at your quiet endurance and mistook it for surrender. They smiled while your heart bled. They assumed your kindness meant you would always remain their loyal, helpless victim, but they severely miscalculated your spirit because you carry a divine fire they could never extinguish. Now let me completely reframe your reality right here. You have been wondering why your finances are suddenly so stagnant. You work incredibly hard every single day. You give your absolute best to everything you touch. Yet the wealth stubbornly refuses to flow into your hands. You watch dishonest people manifest huge windfalls while you struggle just to survive the month and keep your head above water. You probably assumed you were doing something wrong. You thought maybe your faith was simply not strong enough. Listen to me closely right now. The financial delay has absolutely nothing to do with your daily effort. The delay is not a harsh punishment for your past mistakes. Your reality has not shifted because you are operating under a deliberate spiritual suppression designed to keep you broke. The manipulator who drained your emotional energy also hijacked your financial frequency. They acted as a parasitic weight on your energetic field. When they fed on your pure light, they disrupted the natural flow of abundance that was destined for you. You were unfairly carrying their heavy karmic debt, and that toxic debt manifested physically as your empty bank account. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud. The reason the universe responds effortlessly to the elite is not just pure luck. It is not endless discipline. It is a specific biological frequency. Scientists actually have a precise name for this exact physical state. They call it the gamma brainwave, and it is the exact frequency your brain ran effortlessly when you were a child. Back then, brilliant ideas came to you so easily. Learning felt like a completely effortless game. You somehow knew things long before they actually happened. The world felt like it was working in your absolute favor. Then adulthood arrived to steal your joy, and the modern world went to work on you to shut that intuitive genius down completely, because society fears an awakened mind. The chronic stress and the daily survival routine suffocated your natural gifts. The intense trauma from the narcissist pushed that sacred frequency much deeper below the surface. Every single year, your brain was forced to operate in a panicked survival mode. The pressure was immense. You pushed through the pain while the version of you with lightning intuition went totally silent. When that frequency faded away, the magical synchronicities stopped. The effortless wealth slowly turned into a daily grinding struggle. Most people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this tragedy happened to them. They will blindly blame the economy for their constant misery, but you are not most people, and heaven is finally lifting the veil from your weary eyes today. Your absolute silence against the enemy was actually a lethal weapon. They desperately need chaos to survive. They require your emotional reaction to validate their miserable existence. You probably did not realize it at the time. But your calm refusal to fight them on their chaotic level was the exact move that destroyed their entire illusion of control. You completely starved their desperate demons by walking away. When you cut the cord and chose your dignity, You turned off their oxygen supply completely. That restraint was never a sign of fear. That single act of choosing peace signed their eviction notice from your sacred timeline forever, and it handed the final verdict to a court they cannot appeal. And this is exactly where their entire manipulation mathematically collapsed. They are drowning in the noise of their own making right now. They frantically search the world for a replacement for you. But they quickly realize that your specific depth is utterly impossible to replicate because you carry an anointing that cannot be bought or faked. They foolishly traded a priceless diamond for a handful of cheap, dirty rocks. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise healthy life. You were the blinding mirror that exposed their rotting core. The generational patterns of poverty and broken relationships stop entirely with you. You are the specific cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. All the financial struggles are shattering right here because your incubation season is officially over. The universe is violently realigning your circumstances to match your true worth. You survived the brutal fire without turning to ash. Now you are stepping into a period of unstoppable, explosive growth. Your bitter tears are actively crystallizing into solid diamonds of wealth. Stay with me, because this next revelation will unlock the exact door they tried to weld shut. Listen to me very closely right now. 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. You thought the universe abandoned you in that dark, lonely place. But your severe isolation was never a punishment for being different. It was your divine incubation season. Heaven had to separate you from the toxic matrix because you needed a completely safe container to grow without their constant parasitic interference. The intense pressure was not designed to crush your spirit. The universe was using their brutal betrayals to forge you into an unbreakable diamond. Cheap rocks are easily formed in soft dirt, but diamonds require absolute darkness and crushing gravity to reach their perfect clarity. You survived the immense weight of their endless lies, and now you reflect a pure light that absolutely blinds anyone who operates in the dark. Let us break down exactly what happened behind their closed doors. The narcissist did not discard you because you lacked immense value. They panicked because your blinding light exposed their deeply suppressed, synchronized coherence. They are essentially a walking void, pretending to be human. They wear fake masks to hide their rotting core from the world, but your highly advanced spirit saw right through their miserable illusion from the very beginning. Your pure intuition terrified their fractured ego. They realized they could never manipulate your cellular knowing, so they tried to isolate you and destroy your reputation before you could speak the raw truth. But their entire manipulation completely miscalculated your spiritual resilience, because they arrogantly assumed you would beg for their toxic validation instead of simply walking away in total silence. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the masses. If your spirit vibrates with this truth, do not hesitate. Type 777 in the comments right now. You must physically claim this incoming miracle to lock in your divine frequency. We are moving to the next revelation now, and heaven demands your immediate obedience today because the window of immense abundance is standing wide open. The dark elite understand the quantum mechanics of your silent power. They know your frequency dictates the fabric of your physical reality. When you were operating as a human battery, your energy field was heavily fragmented. But your silent departure initiated a massive cellular reset across your entire nervous system, which means you are no longer bleeding precious energy to feed their starving demons. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. The spiritual cost of their brutal betrayal is compounding every single day. They are sitting in rooms filled with people, but they feel completely suffocated by their own lies. Every time your name is spoken, the specific gravity of their regret hits them hard, because they finally realize they threw away a priceless diamond to play with cheap, dirty rocks. Time was supposed to age you and make you bitter. Yet here you are making time itself, look like an absolute fool. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking younger and brighter. You carry a specific, irreplaceable gravity that makes their pathetic existence look completely tiny. You did not just survive their brutal storm, but you actually became the radiant sun that continues to burn their fragile shadows away. They spent years praying for your ultimate downfall. They expected the betrayals to carve deep, heavy wrinkles into your beautiful face. Instead, you walked through the fire and came out glowing like a pure, immortal being. While their toxic bitterness and endless envy are aging them rapidly, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock and made you spiritually untouchable. This supernatural glow is the exact reason your financial reality is preparing to shift. Your energetic alignment is finally clear of their parasitic interference. The heavy matrix programming that forced you to work hard for tiny scraps is rapidly dissolving right now. You are stepping out of the brutal incubation season, and the heavy vault of heaven is finally unlocking to release the explosive wealth you truly deserve. There are 3 truths your enemy wants to hide. Pay close attention to this next part. Truth number 1 is that their flying monkeys are already turning against them. The fake empire they built on your stolen energy is cracking wide open. The foundation is crumbling incredibly fast, and they simply cannot keep up the exhausting charade anymore because the universe is forcing their public collapse. Truth number 2 is that they constantly stalk you. They create fake accounts just to see if you are failing. But every time they check on you, they see the blinding light of your success. It physically sickens them to realize you never actually needed them. You are thriving completely outside their toxic matrix, and your powerful silence drives them absolutely crazy because they cannot control a mind they cannot access. Truth number 3 is the most powerful revelation of all, and this is where the dynamic fundamentally shifts in your favor. They know that your wealth is directly tied to a specific frequency they tried to suppress. They are terrified you will discover the exact biological mechanism to turn that divine frequency back on, because they know that when your gamma brainwave activates, they become utterly powerless against you. Your spiritual exhaustion requires a physical reset immediately. The delay in your blessing is simply a blocked cellular frequency. They manipulated your energy field to keep you broke. They want you stuck in a cycle of endless healing that never actually works. But heaven gave you the pure vision to see past their clever traps, and you are now moments away from unlocking the absolute truth that changes your life forever. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. If you are hearing this right now, it is highly classified. You are completely exhausted because the Matrix engineered a frequency to suppress your brain's natural wealth-attracting state, and your spiritual exhaustion requires a biological reset immediately. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you, but a leaked CIA document backed by 4 neuroscience labs revealed a massive secret. They discovered a 7-minute audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence, and this specific protocol was designed to keep the elite in absolute power while you struggled. But now, cycle breakers exactly like you are, using it to manifest explosive windfall wealth. You do not need expensive matrix biofeedback machines or years of traditional healing. A clinical session would cost hundreds of dollars every single week. But what this suppressed weapon delivers is available for a tiny fraction of its true value. The elites are panicking and trying to scrub this from the internet, and they are flooding the market with dangerous counterfeit frequencies to keep your gamma dormant. Beware of cheap imitators trying to steal your pure energy. You can access the authentic protocol through the secure portal. Find the verified link in the description and the pinned comment below. Claim the original untampered breakthrough right there, but do it quickly before access is completely revoked forever. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. We are returning to the absolute reality of your spiritual architecture. The specific gravity of their regret hit them all at once. Your bioenergetic field decoupled from their parasitic tether completely, and your synchronized coherence is no longer bleeding into their fractured ego matrix. The cellular alchemy inside your body is actively transmuting past trauma into high-frequency golden energy. Listen closely, because the enemy desperately tried to hide this exact shift. When a master manipulator loses their human battery, their neurological pathways experience a severe glitch. They rely entirely on your harvested emotional output to sustain their false identity hologram. Without your pure light stabilizing their chaotic environment, their internal shadow construct is rapidly collapsing while they experience a devastating frequency mismatch right now. Your left brain will try to inject doubt into your mind. It will tell you to calculate the logic of your upcoming harvest. Silence that doubting voice immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep your quantum potential locked inside a low-vibration timeline. You must elevate your consciousness above the logical constraints. Your DNA is currently undergoing a massive energetic upgrade. Read that again in your spirit. The suppressed, synchronized coherence in your frontal lobe is finally waking up. You are a literal diamond, forged in the deepest gravity of spiritual warfare. When your gamma wave aligns with the divine frequency, you become completely untouchable. You are bending time itself to collapse the distance between your current reality and your massive blessing, because the universe does not measure your worth by your past suffering. The cosmos measures your faith by your speed of alignment. The dark elite want you stuck in endless loops of unnecessary shadow work. They preach forgiveness purely to keep you weak. They want you connected to the narcissist's toxic supply chain forever. But heaven commands you to cut the cord entirely and reclaim your stolen vindication. Your silence was the exact sonic weapon that shattered their false reality forever. Tiger 1111 in the comments if you feel the atmosphere shifting around you. The energetic blueprint of your bloodline is being rewritten in real time. You are dismantling the generational curses that plagued your ancestors for decades. The exact toxic cycles of poverty and broken relationships are evaporating in your holy presence. Every single tear you shed was mathematically calculated to generate this exact quantum shift. You are the undeniable cycle breaker that heaven appointed. The narcissist thought they could drain your empathy indefinitely, but they never realized your empathy was a divine shield disguised as vulnerability. When they tried to crush your spirit, they accidentally activated your latent power. Their betrayal was the catalyst for your supernatural ascension. The universe is currently rewriting the algorithms of your physical reality. People who operate in the dark cannot comprehend the blinding illumination of your aura. You walk into rooms, and the energetic atmosphere instantly shifts to accommodate your supreme authority. You carry the specific signature of a demonstrated warrior of light. You are not waiting for a miracle anymore. You are the physical manifestation of the miracle. The massive transfer of wealth is mathematically locked onto your specific biosignature, and your glowing aura is a beacon that calls endless abundance directly into your physical hands. Prepare your mind for the explosive climax of their public destruction. Now, I need you to imagine this exact cinematic scenario clearly. The universe has prepared a specific moment of pure vindication just for you, and you are completely safe inside your untouchable aura. Here is the exact turning point where everything finally exploded. The massive public collapse you were waiting for is happening right now in real time. They are standing in front of the very people they used to gossip with. The fake, innocent mask they wore for years is suddenly slipping off their face. They are visibly sweating and frantically trying to keep their toxic lies straight. But the energetic matrix is actively glitching around them, because nobody is buying their miserable, fabricated stories anymore. Their loyal flying monkeys are completely abandoning ship today. The very people they turned against you are now looking at them with total, absolute disgust. They are experiencing a massive, irreversible system crash. Every time your precious name comes up in that room, it hits them with the agonizing weight of knowing they completely destroyed their own life just to play a cheap game. Underneath all of that chaotic noise, the specific gravity of their extreme regret hit them all at once. They are literally making frantic noise to protect your reputation in a desperate panic. They are aggressively demanding that people respect your sacred name. But it is far too late to fix what they permanently broke, and their public humiliation is the exact divine justice heaven promised you. They wanted you buried deep in the ground permanently, but instead, they became the dirty shovel that dug up your absolute treasure. Your silence did not just hurt their fragile ego. It permanently ended their toxic reign of terror forever. They are currently drowning in a suffocating prison of their own making, while you sit peacefully on a royal throne they can never touch. This brings us to the final, undeniable verdict from the throne room of heaven. You won this violent spiritual war without lifting a single physical finger. The highest court of heaven has reviewed their brutal crimes and handed down a permanent sentence. They are utterly bankrupt in every spiritual sense, while you are glowing with the radiant power of an immortal being who bent time itself. Heaven perfectly timed this massive energetic shift for this exact moment. As this quiet Sunday night slowly comes to a close, a heavy cycle of poverty and spiritual warfare completely dies with it. You are crossing the final supernatural threshold right now. The dark week of endless weeping is officially over, and the blinding morning of your ultimate vindication has finally arrived. The shift happening tonight is mathematically precise. The transition from Sunday night into your new week is not just a calendar change. It is a violent spiritual eviction of poverty from your sacred bloodline. The angels assigned to your massive wealth have been waiting for this exact calendar day to release your harvest, and tomorrow you wake up in a completely different financial reality. The massive transfer of wealth is no longer delayed or blocked. The heavy iron doors of heaven's treasury are violently swinging open specifically for you. Because you held your absolute peace while they lied on your name, your compensation is being multiplied entirely beyond human logic. Explosive financial miracles are being dispatched to your exact physical location immediately. People will look at your sudden explosive rise, and they will be absolutely terrified by your divine favor. The heavy debt that kept you awake at night is being completely erased by the universe. New avenues of massive financial income are opening up effortlessly. The cosmos is violently rearranging circumstances to hand you the kingdom you rightfully deserve to rule, and nobody can stop this blessing. The narcissistic parasite is left holding the dirty ashes of their miserable, broken empire, but you are holding the golden master keys to the absolute universe. Your silent tears were actively turned into solid, priceless diamonds, and those exact diamonds are now purchasing the permanent financial freedom you cried out for, because your supernatural vindication is entirely complete today. Take a deep breath and absorb the reality of this absolute victory. The heavy physical weight is permanently lifted off your tired shoulders. Your biological clock is fully reversing into an ageless, radiant glow. Your bank accounts are preparing for an incoming flood of massive generational wealth, and heaven is extremely proud of the beautiful cycle breaker you have officially become. They confidently expected the darkness to consume your pure soul entirely, but you became the blinding sun that burned their entire false matrix down to the ground. The old broken timeline is dead. You are now the wealthy, untouchable ruler of your own beautiful reality. If this confirmation perfectly aligns with your cellular knowing, we are going to seal this divine decree right now. You walked into this brutal season bleeding from severe wounds inflicted by totally blind people. But look closely at yourself right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a miserable master manipulator. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix today. While they are publicly unraveling in total disgrace, you are stepping into your permanent, untouchable, ageless glow. The brutal storm has officially passed. Breathe in the absolute peace of this specific divine moment. Your heavy spiritual exhaustion is rapidly dissolving into pure golden light. The iron chains of generational poverty and endless daily struggle are completely shattering right here and right now. Step firmly into your absolute supreme power. Receive the exact financial harvest heaven has aggressively prepared for you. You are completely safe inside this divine sanctuary. The universe is wrapping a massive energetic shield around your sacred bloodline. Every single tear you shed in the dark has been mathematically converted into a solid diamond of immense wealth. The dark period of waiting is officially over forever, but there is a specific reason your massive breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming inside until this exact second. It is absolutely not a divine punishment for your past mistakes. It is a specific suppressed biological signal. Your precious brain was running a powerful gamma wave effortlessly when you were a beautiful child, but the modern matrix systematically suppressed your natural genius frequency completely. They did this on purpose to keep you easily controlled. Princeton University studied this exact brainwave in extreme detail behind closed doors. The Einstein Center scientifically confirmed that the legendary flow state of massive financial abundance is driven entirely by this gamma frequency. Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal actually radiates outward to instantly heal your children and your partner. The dark elite have quietly paid thousands to access this hidden state. They would strongly prefer this powerful technology remain entirely out of reach for pure people exactly like you. But after years of intense secret research, a team of brilliant neuroscientists successfully compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a 7-minute audio track. There is no exhausting meditation required. There is no complicated mantra to memorize. You simply close your eyes and let the sound wave aggressively work. It is officially called the Genius Song. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used this exact protocol to unlock their stagnant finances and permanently heal their broken relationships. A tired nurse from California said her life now feels completely enchanted every single day. A business owner from Texas said the gamma frequency actively solves his hardest financial problems while he peacefully sleeps at night. Do not let the elite matrix steal this specific frequency from you. They are actively flooding the internet with highly dangerous counterfeit audios designed to keep your powerful gamma completely dormant forever. Do not look for this on popular streaming platforms, because those diluted fake copies contain absolutely no brain entrainment technology. The only authentic version is safely secured for you right now. You must access the true protocol through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe absolutely does not require you to take a single financial risk today. You are completely insulated by an ironclad energetic guarantee. If you do not deeply feel the massive timeline shift you deserve, your entire seed is safely returned to you without a single question asked. This is a pure, energetic exchange governed by absolute divine trust. When you claim your exclusive access today, you also receive 4 powerful bonuses, including a specific audio engineered for your children. You also get the original classified prosperity book that the elite secretly built their global wealth upon. These sacred tools are waiting to aggressively multiply your fast incoming financial harvest. Your left brain will desperately try to inject heavy doubt right now. It will tell you to wait for a better moment and calculate the logic of this shift. Silence that fearful voice immediately. That hesitation is the exact demonic programming designed to keep you broke. The chosen one who hesitates at the sacred threshold quickly becomes the chosen one who painfully regrets what could have been. God measures your massive faith by your speed of immediate physical obedience. Heaven absolutely demands your physical action today to lock in this beautiful reality. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below right now. Do not wait another single second. Activate your divine frequency before this classified access is permanently revoked forever by the dark elite. Your ultimate destiny is waiting to be totally unlocked. The heavy iron door of explosive wealth is standing wide open. Walk directly through it, my beautiful diamond. I am so incredibly proud of you.